G'day ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me on this, my journey into the constraints-led approach for BJJ. I am your host, Sam Battlefields, and this morning we had a banger of a class. We started off with, and this will be a very quick video I think, just because it was such a great class. There was a really good vibe to it. There was more people in it than sort of normal, and right from the outset, I really put down in my, I prepped it this way in many ways because I had such a good lesson with Aaron. It was a public holiday yesterday. Had such a good lesson with Aaron on Wednesday that I wanted to really sort of round it all out with kind of what we'd done this week, and it was really cool. So initially we started off with just boxing, and because we had a bit bigger of a class, we were able to rotate through quite a few people, and that was fun. Awesome. I found one thing that started to happen with some of these is that it's devolving into as I've said before, but as Ben has said, there's no impetus to there's no impetus to defend as such, because you're not copping a proper hit to the face or something like that. And so I really at the end of that of these sort of stand-up things, I really tried to say to people, okay, you can ignore that there is no impetus, but in this game, if we are looking at it like this, we need to be looking at it like, if there is a clean smack to your shoulder, that means a clean smack to your face and a potential knockout and a potential for severe damage. So if you're playing the game just to slap box, just to rush in and get slapped on the shoulder a couple of times, but hey, I got some smacks to your, what it reminds me of? This is gonna if you know me, you'll understand. I hate Wing Chun. I think that the training methodology is just whack, right? And what it devolves into when you do these kind of where you don't respect your own respect the game as such, is that you devolve into a Wing Chun style, I'll just slap all the way through, and then once I get inside, I'll just slap, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's but bro, if you started doing these really weird, slapping things as you came in, there's nothing to stop me just giving you a fucking hook that will make your life a fucking living misery. Anyway, so, and I'm not having a go at anyone. Everyone was on board with that. They were like, yeah, actually that makes sense. I think I mentioned halfway through the session, hey guys, let's look at it like an actual fight. We're experimenting, and yes, there is no impetus to block, but there is no hard impetus to block. But if you're not doing that, then you are not giving yourself the best opportunity to work with that. So there was a little bit of that. The second game that we had was kickboxing, but with only the lead leg, so you could only use the lead leg. And this was good in a number of ways. People were still using their rear leg and sort of realising that it's not something that the game was allowing. So all in all, there was some good things that came out of it. I think for me the biggest thing was just identifying that sometimes that kind of can devolve into getting this slappy thing, rather than actually looking at it like I'm striking, right? Now here's the difference. Here's something that will throw a little bit of a spanner in the works, I think, in the future, is that when I add in grappling to these scenarios, I think those slapping stuff that comes about that looks like Wing Chun will start to come in, and it will still look like Wing Chun, except for with a harder intent to grapple. Which is what Wing Chun would call trapping range, right? The reason why I'm fucking referencing Wing Chun so much is I just keep seeing these Wing Chunners doing like, this is what I would do if I was up against a grappler, and then they just do all the stuff where it's like, he's grabbing both my arms. Alright, bro, fuck off. Anyway, if you're doing Wing Chun and you're following me, sorry, hopefully you find a better training methodology. Anyway, so we, by this stage, because we'd done sort of 2 games, and it was a bigger class, so there was more people rotating in, rotating out, we ended up going straight into the back control game. So the back control game today, because it was the end of the week and it was the last day of the thing, the constraint was that the people weren't the winning conditions were trapping an arm behind the body, trapping the arm with a 2-on-1, and the 2-on-1 had to be for 3 seconds. So essentially what this meant, I did give the win condition that they would also have to control the opposite side of the body. However, I don't think I needed to give that because the win condition being that you had to hold it for 3 seconds. Well, if you have to hold something for 3 seconds, and 2-on-1 with regards to one limb, then if you're not controlling that opposite side, then they're going to easily get out. So I probably didn't need to stipulate that particular win condition, but that's alright. And then the other one was if I could get my forearm under the chin and over, and the palm would have to be over the back of the shoulder blade. They were the win conditions, and the games, like what they looked like, were fucking awesome. So the constraint, obviously, from the person on front's perspective, is that they weren't allowed to. They were only allowed to push off the floor. They weren't allowed to push off anything to do with the hooks. So the hooks had to stay in. Essentially, like if you could kind of shoot up or down and get out that way, well, that was all right. But you couldn't engage the legs or you couldn't try and disengage the legs in any way. I explained that much better. Actually, I could have improved that, to be honest. I could have improved that. Will ended up simplifying my constraint there. So, that's a point where I could have improved on. Flow-wise, I found I was in flow a lot more, but I was also able to identify points where I was like, oh shit, that's what I'm doing there. Oh wow, if I do this is less likely to happen. Oh, it was these really cool experimental things where maybe I was kind of not, I was maybe doing them before, or I wasn't. In one case, I wasn't doing something before, and now I will, because I know that an escape, a core thing, an escape aspect would require this particular thing. So now I'm fixing that, which was really good. Had some great sort of rolls afterwards. I tried to keep very, very calm, so not exerting myself too much. And flow-wise, I felt like I was definitely in flow there. And yeah, as I said, we definitely had a banger of a class. I'm going to leave it there. I've got quite a busy few days, so I just wanted to do a quick upload for you all, and I shall see you next week. Keep yourselves well. Like, comment, subscribe, please.